ready. Where did you cut off?
Okay. I was just going to start over, and I'll just ask maybe one or two questions because I'll kind of figure where I'm going to take the story.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask for you to say your name and title again, and then I was going to ask about kind of the misleading of the 43% with
the 54% immunization rate. Yeah.
Yeah, and how the campaign is a little misleading because it is an opportunity for education. But I was going to stress those points because I want to use that for the story.
Okay, fantastic. Okay. I like the way you think.
So I think that's the most. I feel like people need to be aware of. Yes, it's a pro campaign, but there are some things that aren't really addressed.
Right. Right.
Okay. So my first question is going to be, can I get your first and last name and your title?
Yes, my name is Connie Johnson, and I am a volunteer for Michigan for Vaccine Choice. I also serve as the media contact for that organization, which is a 501(c) nonprofit organization, small grassroots, Michigan-based.
And the iVaccine campaign was launched today, and they had mentioned that Michigan is at 43rd in the
national rates, yes,
for immunization rates.
Right.
And I just want to ask you, how does that work? Is that even truthful? Where does that stand?
Okay, so this is national numbers based on regions, broken down, but the most particular thing to know about this particular study that they're citing is that it is a population poll of toddlers between the ages of 19 months and 35 months. So what's interesting about this population of children is, anybody that's got a child knows that when you've got a toddler, sometimes you miss your appointment to go in to see the doctor for vaccination. Considering we have such a robust schedule with so many vaccinations, lots of kids have sick visits in between. And if you have a sick visit, you're not getting an immunization at the same time or a vaccination at the same time because sickness is contraindicated. So if you miss a single vaccine on schedule, according to the CDC schedule, then you're thrown into the non-vaccinated category. So you can see automatically if you have one child that misses one vaccine on time, even if it's just a week late, according to the CDC schedule, they're considered non-vaccinated. So that would absolutely skew those numbers.
And no, this campaign is, it mentioned that, they're educating parents about, vaccination and how important it is. However, do they actually give all the information to parents to make educated choices?
That's a really great question. And the answer is kind of broad, if you'll stick with me here. In 1986, we passed the National Vaccine Injury Act, which took away informed consent, meaning the CDC was allowed to come up with a vaccination information sheet, which is handed out to you when you go to the doctor's office to get your child vaccinated. That list actually holds just a portion of the information for adverse reactions for vaccines. So when you talk about being able to give parents all of the information so that they can completely make an informed decision for their child, you're kind of shortchanging them by not giving them all the information. For example, on the vaccination information sheet, it lists pretty mild adverse reactions, such as swelling, fever, the things that you would expect at the injection site. Whereas a lot of the product inserts, which don't come at the doctor's office, this is the actual insert or the product insert that comes with the medication, may list 30 very catastrophic adverse reactions that can occur. And if we don't know what to look for in our children, we can't fully protect our children.
anything else that you wanted to add?
Yeah, I would also like to make it a little bit more known that when the National Vaccine Injury Act was passed, that it made liability for pharmaceutical companies. It waived the liability for pharmaceutical companies if one of their products injured or killed someone. Meaning that if you and I take our child into the doctor and that child suffers a catastrophic injury or, God forbid, they're killed, we have no legal recourse. We can't sue the pharmaceutical company. Beyond that, we also have the VAERS, which is a vaccine adverse reaction system, reporting system, and the National Childhood Compensation Program. So you can go to a special vaccine court to try to get compensation for your child's injury or death. It's a very lengthy process. It can be years before compensation is given, and guess what? It is taxpayer funded. You and I foot the bill for injuries caused by vaccinations, right now to the tune of $3.6 billion and climbing every single year.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
So, Elizabeth, when will this either air or go into print? I would assume your website.
I have to have this for the 6 o'clock show. It'll be a very quick turn.
Okay, fantastic.
I'm going to text you my email address, and I can let you know when this comes out. And I was going to see if you could maybe just send a picture to my email.
Yep, I did.
Okay.
I did. I just took the picture, so it's me sitting here and, doing the interview picture.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Elizabeth.
Appreciate it.
All
Have
right.
a great day.
Thanks, you too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
There you go.